Welcome, everybody, to the Reclamation. This is all about embracing your sacred journey. This is all about the journey to reclaim yourself, to remember who you are, even though it may be covered up. Remember that you are not lost. Part of you is just hidden underneath everything else. And together, we are going to help you figure out what's on top, what outdated beliefs, what outdated values, what constraints have been placed upon you that has stopped you from reclaiming the power of your inner fire. So I'm so glad that you found me here. I'm so glad that you are tuning in. My name is Paula Collins, and prior to 2020, I was a high school English teacher, and I loved my job. I loved my career. I loved my students. I thought it was one of the greatest blessings of my life. But I was constantly busy. And if you know any teachers, you know that to be true. I was constantly busy. And I never really took time for me. And so all of the trauma and conditioned beliefs that I carried from middle school on wanted to come to the surface, but I never gave them the space to. And then after a severe car accident in 2019, I had to retire. And that set me on my spiritual journey. And it got me to where I am today as a intuitive sound healer, as a priestess, and a spirituality mentor. And along this journey, I have been able to reclaim the parts of myself that were hidden, my dreams, my desires, my curiosity, my sense of adventure. I have been able to reclaim my creativity, and I've learned to nurture myself first before nurturing other people. I have learned to embrace my inner intuition and inner wisdom, as well as always being open to transformation that goes on. And that is so important. See, my purpose, my deep purpose behind starting this is that there are so many women who feel disconnected from their authentic selves. They feel disconnected from all those parts that I just spoke about. From the dreams and the desires to the transformation. They're disconnected because they believe things that were told to them while they were growing up, young and impressionable, that may have served them for a while and helped them to navigate through a part of their life. But as they stepped into adulthood, they somehow started to figure out that they had new beliefs, new dreams, new desires, new values that were coming to the surface, but they were afraid, or they are afraid, to embrace those. And when we can't find that part of ourselves, it stays hidden. And so we can't rise up as our true authentic self. And this is where the archetypes of the Maiden, the Mother, and the Crone come in, and they exist within every woman. They shape our lives, but when they're out of balance, when they're hidden by all the other stuff, we feel overwhelmed. We feel like we're not seen, like we're not heard, like nobody's listening to us. We feel like we have to do things to gain love, to prove our worthiness. We feel as if we have to constantly be in service to everybody else at the expense of ourselves. And if there's a tiny shred of a moment left, we can give that to us. But what we have forgotten is that when we don't fill our cup first. Then we are giving out of our lack and not out of our surplus, and it exhausts us, right? So, what can you expect if you stay tuned in? You can expect a journey of healing, a journey of empowerment, and a journey of self-discovery, right? And as I take you through the wisdom of these feminine archetypes of the Maiden, the Mother, and the Crone, and give you mindset, help you have mindset shifts, and give you tips and techniques and some rituals, you start to regain that empowerment that you have been looking for. I will have people come on who have been a part of my programs and share their real life transformation stories with you, and how the things that I teach them, the tips, the techniques, the rituals, through the energetic healing, through Reiki and sound healing, how they have reclaimed their inner fire. So I want you to do something for me. I want you to reflect on your own reclamation, on your own reclaiming of you. Where in your life have you given away your power? Where in your life have you given away your power? And what part of you is calling to be reclaimed right now? I ask you, if any of this speaks to you so far, to subscribe, to follow the journey, to invite, share it. Share the message with other people. Let's get the message out there that this is the year. This is the time that we all reclaim that inner power. And once we start sharing the message, and once we bring more people on board, more beautiful souls wake up. More beautiful souls stand in that power. They reclaim the parts of themselves that have been hidden. And they become the most authentic part of who they were created to be. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. Have a beautiful, magical day, and I'll talk with you really soon. Bye-bye for now.